How we doing today, Lakers? You good? Thank you all for coming out tonight. My name is Mike Sullivan, and I am the chairman of the College Republicans here at Grand Valley State University. And we're ready for Donald Trump to win the presidency next Tuesday. Thank you all for coming out tonight, and we'll have a good event. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Hey, guys. So my name is Mike Benarian. I'm the youth chair for the Michigan Republican Party. As my title suggests, I'm not important, but they gave me some time. They gave me some time to speak, so I just wanted to thank everybody for coming out, and I think it's so great that we have people from all sides of the aisle here, because this is really what America's about, is this communication. And this is really what the Trump campaign has been about. The Trump campaign has been about having free expression of all ideas so that all of us can get out here and we could talk about the issues. And this election, is not about Mr. Trump. It's not about Hillary Clinton. It's not about Mike Pence, Tim Kaine, or any of these politicians or outsiders. It's about us. It's about the young people. I mean, we are going to graduate from college with degrees, and for many of us, the economy hasn't produced jobs for us. We have $20 trillion in debt. We have major issues that we need to talk about, and I'm just so glad to see so many of you here. So I'm asking all of you, whether you're undecided or behind Donald Trump, I'm asking you all to stand with me, to stand with Donald Trump, stand with the millions of Americans who are fed up with a political machine that has ravaged this country for decades. Let's stand together and defy that machine and make America great again.
All right. I'm the chair of the Ottawa County Republican Party, and let me welcome you to Ottawa County. Ottawa County has pretty much the best of everything, as you see from being here at Grand Valley. My alma mater, I was here graduating 8 years ago. My husband got his MBA from here and also spent some time teaching here. So Grand Valley is a place near and dear to our hearts, as is Ottawa County. And next, I'm going to introduce to you one of Ottawa County's treasures, our long-serving Congressman, Pete Hoekstra.
Hey, thank you to all of you for coming out today. We've been on the campus here a few times. We've been here a few times during this campaign season, and you have been great hosts. And we come to Grand Valley because this is about your future. It's not about my future. It's about my kids' future, who are just a little bit older than you, and it's about your future. What kind of America will you have? Will you have the opportunities that we had? Will you have the opportunities to live in safe communities, to get a great education, and to have a great job? That is what this election is about. A few months ago you were here, and many of you were here, and you welcomed John Kasich. We had a great dialogue. I supported John Kasich. I thought John Kasich would have been a great president. John Kasich didn't make it through the primaries. But I also believe that Donald Trump will make a great president for the United States. I appreciate you being here and supporting Mr. Trump, because what Mr. Trump is doing, he's added a new dimension to the Republican Party. He recognizes that there's a lot of Americans that this America is not working for. And he's made it clear. He is going to make America great again, and he is going to make it great again for all Americans, not just some. That's what we're working for. That's what we're working for through November 8th. And on November 9th, the work will begin, and we hope that you're all part of that process. Let me introduce to you now the current congressman from the great state of Michigan, the 2nd District, Bill Huizenga.
Hey, guys. How's it going today? All right. All right. Well, we're very pleased you're here, and I am honestly very proud to be the congressman to represent Grand Valley State University, one of the finest, if not the finest, university in Michigan. Don't you agree? That's right. Well, we're very fortunate. You guys are having a great opportunity to have a number of voices on this campus, and this is an important voice to have heard today as well. So this is, and in my mind, this is about economic opportunity and a future for all of you. That's the number one issue that we have. I've got a freshman in college myself, all right? I got 5 kids. He's the oldest, and we're going right on through. And guess what? If you graduate from this fine institution or any others, but don't have the ability to pay back those student loans or be able to be gainfully employed, we're at a loss as a country, not just because of a community, but for our standing in the world. And that, to me, is the number one thing that motivates me when I go and make sure that when I go to Washington, D.C., that I'm out there fighting for you to make sure that you've got the same opportunity that your parents and your grandparents have had, and that we can make America even better than it has been. And it's up to us. It's up to us. It's up to us to make America better. It's not one person that's going to do it or one idea that's going to do it. It's us as Americans coming together and saying, you know what? We're not going to let that happen. We're not going to let ourselves become number 2 or number 3 or somewhere else down that list of places in the world that you would rather be. So it is a competition of ideas to make sure it's a competition of ideas to make sure that you guys, all of you, have that opportunity to go be successful. And that's what my job is every day, to let you become successful, not to make you become successful, not to force you to become successful, but to let you have the opportunity to become successful. Don't you think? All right. Well, with that, I want to introduce a guy here who is a true American hero. I had a chance to meet him earlier this year. Mike Geist, Oz is how he is known, was one of those Benghazi survivors. He is here with us tonight. And my friend here, Oz, is going to talk a little bit about why he believes Donald Trump is the right man to lead this nation. Oz, welcome to Grand Rapids.
USA, USA. Hey, I want to thank everybody for coming out today. It's going to be a great day, and right now we're at a pivotal point in the direction this country is going to go, and it's up to us as the people to decide that. We got to remind the politicians who they work for, and they work for us. I had the unfortunate opportunity to be on the receiving end of Hillary Clinton's decision-making capability. And that night, I lost 2 friends standing right beside me. When I got blown up, they got killed because of her inability to make a decision to send help or not. Thank you. And thank you all for giving us the respect that those that serve this country deserve. Thank you. We as a country have to decide if we want somebody who is going to make a decision based on her political aspirations to put our sons and daughters, your friends, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews in harm's way. They are going to be the ones, she is going to be the one that decides whether or not they're going to be in harm's way if you elect her or Donald Trump. And I've seen and been on the receiving end of that. So we know what's going to happen there. She's going to put him there for political reasons, not for what's best for this country. And I think no matter which side of the aisle you sit on, do you want somebody who's going to put your friends, your siblings in harm's way for her political aspirations? I don't think so. I don't. You're right. What we want is America, and we have the opportunity in this country to decide, and that is your responsibility. And I want to thank you all for coming out, given us the support that we deserve, the respect that we have earned. And God bless you all. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Let's give a Grand Valley welcome to Donald Trump Jr.
Whoa. Thank you, guys. Wow. I like that. I like that. Hey, first of all, another big hand for Mark Geist. It's a real American hero. Someone who's been on the wrong side of bad judgment before, so we're going to try to fix that. We're going to try to fix that. But, well, thank you very much for having me here today. It's awesome to be in Michigan. It's awesome to have this state in play. And the reason it's in play, honestly, it's because people are sick of politicians. That's both sides. Honestly, that's both sides of the aisle, Republicans and Democrats. They've made us a lot of promises that they haven't delivered on. They've done this for generations. And we have an incredible opportunity. We have an opportunity to change all that. We have an opportunity to get someone in D.C. who's not part of that system, who hasn't been a part of those promises, who hasn't failed you time and time again for decades. What's unique about Michigan, and we saw this during the primary, this is a state that Bernie Sanders won also. Donald Trump won, and then Bernie Sanders won. He was later cheated by the DNC. We saw that. But Michigan's ready for real change, not the fictitious promises of the past, but actually someone who will bring in real change. And that's what this is about. You know, my father, he doesn't need this job. I always say that. I'll usually get in trouble for it. He doesn't need this. But what he wants to do is he wants to make sure that the American dream is alive and well for all people. All people. He wants to make sure it's there for everyone. Ethnicity, every background, everyone. And that's why he's doing this. I'm sick of turning on the TV in the mornings and watching these reporters in the liberal media. They talk about we should be more concerned about the feelings of people in far-off lands that hate our guts, they hate our values, they hate our religion, they hate everything about us. If they could push a button, they'd wipe us off the face of this earth. We should be more concerned about them than we should about Americans in America. We should keep shipping our jobs abroad. We should keep shipping the American dream abroad to those countries. So we have an incredible opportunity here, and you guys are a part of this. And it's good to speak to the young people in the crowd because you know what? You guys are the ones that are going to inherit most of this mess. This mess is put in here by politicians. They've done it time and time again, right? What was the national debt 8 years ago? 10 trillion, right? It's now 20. Well, guess what, guys? You get that kind of exponential growth and it keeps going like that? That's a big problem. If we ran our households like the government runs this country, we'd all be living in the streets. And that's not acceptable. So this is more about your generation than it is mine. And for me as a father of 5 young kids, I see that because it's also the first time in a generation, it's probably the first time in American history, where we're actually handing our kids a more bleak future. And again, why is that? Because of career politicians. We are running against the most corrupt candidate in the history of the presidency. Someone who has a history, a track record of pay to play, of bribes. It's coming out. We all knew it was going on. We all knew it was going on. But now it's in emails. We have emails. She sells, after Bill Clinton gives a speech, for $600,000, she sells 20% of U.S. uranium to the Russians as the head of the State Department. Think about that. Think about that. You saw the stuff with the DNC, obviously, and Bernie Sanders. You see the stuff now where they're paying people. I want to know how much some of these guys are getting paid to be here to protest. Hey, we know it's happened. What's nice, though, I'd say the protesters in this part of Michigan are a lot nicer than the protesters in New York, so it's okay. We're used to it. It's okay. But we've seen this time and time again, okay?
You see it. They were supposed to hand over the emails. Oh, they mysteriously got sent to a special place in Colorado that scrubs servers. Their iPhones and BlackBerries were beaten with a hammer. I don't mean that in a metaphor. They were actually beaten with hammers. And then they're saying they're outraged that it wasn't turned over right now. I mean, can you believe the hypocrisy? If a Republican or if a conservative did that, it'd be such a different tune in the media. It's sort of amazing, right? So now, despite the fact that all that stuff was going on, now we know about it. Now we see it in writing. And we're going to say we should give this person the presidency of the United States? What does that say for the next generation? That it's okay to be corrupt? That it's okay to take advantage of the American people? That it's okay to take all these things and send them abroad? You know what? None of those things are okay. Now, hey guys, it's okay. You know what? What's interesting is this. This is the left, and they talk about tolerance, but they're only tolerant if you agree with them. I think diversity is great, but there should also be diversity in thought, and there's none of that, especially on college campuses these days. We need some diversity in thought. We have to be able to have these conversations. We have to be able to have this dialogue. So, it's important. And it's important that you guys get out there and that you vote. It's interesting. Hillary Clinton's coming back to Michigan because we're not supposed to be winning here. But if she's coming back with 5 days left, it means we're giving her a run for her money. We're going to do that. And it means we're going to win this state because we're going to win the presidency. And I see it. And I walk around the country, and I've been around the country. I've been in every little airport in the country. I've been in every little 7-Eleven on the stops in between to get a little bit of food on the way to go. And I stop by, and I see people. Again, all ethnicities, all backgrounds, all age groups. And they come up to me and they go, Don, thank you for allowing your father to do this. And I say, I'm not sure I allowed him to do anything. He's going to do it. I don't know if I can control him that way. But thank you for allowing him to do this, because they know that it's time to drain the swamp. They know that politicians have failed us. They've made us so many promises they've never delivered on. They're going to keep doing that. And this is the only opportunity. You think there's going to be someone else outside of government bureaucracy that's going to try to take on the presidency again anytime soon? It's never happened before. It's not going to happen again. And when I look at it, and I look at our government, I see this. Our founding fathers, when they drafted the Constitution, they never envisioned a political class. And by the way, I want to thank all the law enforcement, not just in this room, but around the country. Because they also matter. They're out there fighting to protect us. They put on their clothes every morning, risking their lives to make sure that we're safe, that our freedoms are safe and protected. So thank you to the men in blue. But, again, all lives matter. USA! 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 So, in closing, I want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank all of you conservatives for stepping out of your safe places to do that on a college campus these days. Hey, it's important to forward. It's important to have that dialogue. So I'm glad we're having the conversation, even if not everyone agrees. That's okay, because my father's got to be president of all Americans. Okay? We're going to bring back those jobs. We're going to bring back the American dream. We're going to bring back education so that we're not number 30 behind a long list of third world countries in education. We're going to give everyone that opportunity to live that dream, to start a great family, to have a great career, to start a great business. And that's what we're doing this for. So I want to thank you for being part of the movement, because it is a movement. It's not a campaign anymore. It's a movement. When the candidate's son is getting groups like this a couple times a day. Candidate's son. I'm not a politician. I've been doing this for 2 weeks. But if I can do this, and he can get groups of 10, 15, 20, 25,000 people a couple times a day, that's a movement. So thank you guys very much for being a part of it. Thank you for having the guts to take it on and be a part of it. You guys are part of this movement, and it's because of you that we're going to win. So thank you very much. God bless America. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Come on.
Great job.
Donald Trump Jr. rally, and it's getting pretty heated, Reagan.
Yeah, that was a crazy, heated conversation between the protesters versus the supporters. Donald Trump Jr. was kind of fighting the sounds of the protesters, kind of retaliating with their words against him. He's kind of talking very loud into the mic, trying to get his word out there. So it was very intense here.
So it was very interesting because he never really talked about policy or anything that they're going to do, but he just said that there were problems with the government and problems with education. What is one thing that you think was their main goal tonight?
You know, I think the main goal was kind of just getting the crowd excited to vote. To be honest, if you YouTube a lot of his other speeches, it's scripted. It was very scripted. I could YouTube the entire speech, basically. I wish I would have saw something or heard something that I didn't hear already. So I do appreciate him coming here, and I really like that he was kind of getting everybody in the importance of voting out there and why Donald Trump is going to be the better candidate. So I'm grateful for that. But what did you think about it?
Great way to get the Trump supporters pumped up and get them ready to vote on Tuesday. I think it was really just a pep rally to get everyone excited, and it only made some people mad and it made some people excited. It was very crazy. You had people shouting, you had people swearing. It was very intense.
Yes. I would say you said it perfectly. It was a pep rally. It was not a, let's talk about our policies, let's not talk about this, let's just get everybody excited. You know, what I didn't appreciate was he had a Benghazi veteran on the stage, and I know that was respected by all of the audience today. So that was, I think, by far one of the best things that we could have saw him do today.
Yeah, when the guy from Benghazi came and he spoke, a lot of people, everyone, the protesters, no one said anything, and when they did, everyone was like, be quiet. They're like, keep the respect.
Yes.
So I think that was a very key figure in this speech.
I think, yeah, the veteran had more respect than what Donald Trump Jr. received from the audience, I would say. I think overall, I wish I would have heard a little bit more. I know it was hard fighting against the protesters, but overall, I think that he did give the message that he wants.
Okay. And what do you think is the main thing that people are going to take away from this rally?
I think the main thing is that Donald Trump, in his perspective, is the better candidate because he's a businessman, and that Hillary Clinton is what he said is crooked. And so that was, I think, his perspective on what the audience would take away from this.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was a huge key role, especially saying things about Hillary Clinton and those emails and everything, really dogging Hillary Clinton. What do you think that had the impact on?
I think the impact kind of just kind of either swayed the audience whether to not vote Trump, or either assured the audience to vote Hillary. So the indecisive voters here in the audience probably got a lot more from this rally than a lot of other people did.
Now, earlier I said something about this being a pep rally, and it really is a pep rally. I mean, you have people shouting back and forth about what's going on. Oh, right now we have people are fighting.
People are fighting. There are protesters.
Hurting a young woman. She's going towards the protesters right now. They're holding up signs in their faces. Oh, they're trying to kick out the protesters at the moment.
Okay, so that was, so now they are trying to exit. They're saying Black Lives Matter, if you can hear it. They're raising up signs. And so this is kind of definitely unexpected. This is especially for Grand Valley's campus, we haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, I'm happy that we got to actually show the whole anything Trump has said. You have people mocking some of his words. You have people quoting him. You have signs against him. So the protesters are very passionate about what is going to happen for this election.
I would say in general, the biggest thing is about passion.
Oh, what's your name?
I'm Gray Schaefer.
Okay, sorry. Nice to meet you. And what is your main goal being a protester today?
Just to show that there are people that even in this Republican area that we stand against Trump and his hatred.
You guys are here today.
I would recommend that even if you're a Republican, I would definitely review both candidates. Definitely agree with what they have to say, because certain Republicans and Democrats this season have different beliefs than what are traditional with their party. So it's important to just not vote with your party, just review the candidates and choose the one that best fits you.
How do you feel with the protest today?
I thought it was at a really good force. We had a lot of us here. I thought we were a little disruptive, but we got our message across, and that's good.
What was the main message that you really wanted to get across?
Just definitely there are a lot of people that stand against this, and not all of us agree with what he has to say.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Okay, so we are here with the College of Republicans president. Mike, please tell me about what you think about what happened here today.
Oh, this was a great event today. Mr. Donald Trump Jr. should hear all the dialogue today from all the students.
And it was kind of a crazy environment in here today. What do you think about all the protesters here?
I think it's great. You know, some of them obviously were not respectable during the event, and that's what we struggle with hosting these events. You know, what I want to make sure is that everyone here at Grand Valley has the right of freedom of speech, and I want them to exercise that. But when we were having speakers during the event, these speakers come a long ways to speak to our students here at Grand Valley, and they are exercising their right of freedom of speech as well. And they had the right tonight to speak to our students, and it was great to hear the protesters here as well today.
Now, what are you hoping that they are getting out of this today?
Protesters or students?
The students here.
I hope that students understand how important next Tuesday is in the United States. This election is the most important election in our lifetime thus far. And I hope that students understand what the vision of the Trump campaign is, the Trump movement is, and the Trump presidency, and how Donald Trump is going to win the presidency next Tuesday.
Thank you so much for putting this on. I know we all appreciate it here, and we all really enjoyed what he had to say, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so we are actually going to see if Rick Albin will want to talk. Rick Albin is a political reporter that we should talk to. If you want to go grab him real quick.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we just had a protester grab the sign. All the protesters are in the back corner of the room right now, really just waiting for everyone. All the Trump supporters are like walking away, and the protesters are being blocked by the police right now. It's getting kind of intense.
Yeah, so it has just been a crazy, crazy day. So we're very excited. But thank you very much for joining in with Laker News live stream. Yep. I'm Reagan Blissett.
And I'm Blair Thompson.
Thank you for watching.